Zen with host Zen Garcia at freedomslips.com, the People Station.
We did not engage in conflict that was out of line with our mission.
Is it disloyalty? Is it treason to oppose the hands of tyranny? Never!
I will never send troops anywhere on a mission of that kind without telling them that if somebody shoots at them, they can darn well shoot back.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty! Oh, give me death!
A dark cloud is finally lifting across the world as U.S. military intelligence and their global partners are destroying the deep state criminal power structure that has ruled over our planet for hundreds of years.
We are free with the God-given right, and we shall not yield that right to any power on earth.
Hi, I'm Scott McKay. The world is at, and I am your host on The Tipping Point on Revolution Radio, where every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, we bring you the latest in this ensuing takedown of this global criminal empire.
That's an image of strength.
You'll get the raw, hard truth here on The Tipping Point. So come join us Mondays, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern in Studio B at revolution.radio.
This is Thomas, a.k.a. a Mad Painter. I'd like you to join me Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Open Canvas. Don't forget to bring an open mind.
Yes, folks, that's right. Bring an open mind to an open canvas. Again, that is Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. UFOs to government corruption. This is Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. You don't need to expect us. We're already here.
This is the people's war. It is our war. We are the fighters. Fight it then. Fight it with all that is in us. And may God defend the right.
Warning! Warning!
We gotta stop them! They're gonna kill us all!
See how the trouble you've started?
Be they the government, be they industry, be they organized labor, be they anyone, or human beings. Time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported talk radio station, throwing ourselves upon the gears of the machine. Revolution Radio, where information never sleeps.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it. Right, you tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Revolution Radio.
Here we go, hour one. Greetings, Earth Explorers. Welcome to X Squared Radio. I'm your host, Brooks Agnew, coming to you live from an undisclosed location east of the Appalachian Mountains. This is where the past meets the future. In here, the results are always positive. We are streaming to you live with our good friends at Revolution Radio on freedomslips.com, the #1 listener-supported network in America, possibly in the world. We're also streaming to you live on several video platforms, on Rockfin, Rumble, Facebook, Twitch, DLive, Twitter, Foxhole tonight, YouTube as well, with archives saved on Odyssey. So you can catch us everywhere, and everywhere it is Brooks Agnew. All right? So I have a lot to go over tonight. I want to thank everybody in the chat room for coming in. Baba Susie is going to miss tonight, so she won't be in the chat room. She says to Old Dog hello and make sure to make up for her absence. Let's see who else we have here. Let me switch over to the chat room where I can read this. July Baby's there. Big D 1955 is there. Trucker Will, good to have you back. Clark Culper. Let's see. JCF for Freedom. This is good. All good stuff. And don't forget our friends on Foxhole, because you can get to that going pilled.net, like red pilled. And I will turn the gold pills on there maybe in 30 minutes. So just hang out, guys. And I am watching your chat there. Mr. Green Jeans and Keep True. Just keep filling it up. I'm going up against some heavy hitters tonight in Foxhole, so probably not going to have a big audience from them for a while. But listen, one thing I wanted to show you on Rumble, okay? There's something you can do on Rumble. Many people don't know this. It'll help you out. It's a little like YouTube. If you go here, this is what Rumble looks like when you open it up. You go up here, you see where it says videos and channels? If you click on channels, see that? And then you put my name in, Brooks Agnew, and then you do the search. What'll come up is 2 hits. One is Brooks Agnew with American Free Radio, and the other one's Brooks Agnew. This is where all the videos are posted. So if you click on Brooks Agnew, there's tonight's video right there. We're live. But you can turn your notifications on. Okay, there is a way to turn the notifications on. And once you turn the notifications on, you will be notified in your email the instant we go live. So that is good. And I talked to the guys at Rumble today, and they're working on some other things. They're working on integrating the chat, so we could see the chat over here on the side where you guys see the chat on the main screen. I have it posted in there so you can kind of see that scroll up. Rumble will show up there. Right now we have DLive and we have Twitch and we have YouTube, and we have Facebook. Everything's there, so I could see everything you're writing while you're watching the video, while you're watching on those various platforms, and we want to see Rumble as well. All right, so one of my listeners wrote me and asked me a question, and I liked the interaction. By the way, if you go to my website at brooksagnew.com or brooksagnew.blog or americafreeradio.com, you can always access the contact form. Okay, the contact form comes to me directly. Now, this is a very sophisticated tool that I use, and it screens out all spammers. I used to have contact forms, and my God, I would get like 1,000 spam hits a day. This is very sophisticated, and it's tough to get through for the spammers, but it's easy for you. I make it very easy for you. So the good news is that you could reach me anytime, night or day. Of course, I do sleep a few hours a night, but you can ask me whatever you want, and I will answer you back. So this is the answer that I wrote, and I thought I would share it with you because it's a question you often ask me as the listeners. First of all, I open by saying, you always ask the best questions. I'll talk a little more about this tonight, but here are some thoughts. You asked the question about the elites escaping, building rockets and going to space and leaving this trashy planet behind. I said, as for space and other planets, etc., the elites are not going. They don't like barfing all the time, or the loneliness, or the cramped spaces. They like beaches and martinis and lots of scantily clad nubiles running around their spacious playgrounds. Once a person reaches the billionaire class, the money they have earns more money than a person could possibly spend on themselves. They essentially don't have a care in the world except living longer, right? They want to extend their lives and whatever physical pleasure they can withstand next. I do think there are civilizations with structures on the bottom of the sea. I think some of them may be very ancient, capable of technology way beyond what we commonly see, and may also be incompatible with the unprotected life on the surface with us, slobs. I am convinced that the elite have bunker towns that they can utilize when the kinetics begin exploding. I do think there is a Chinese collapse that will happen within the next couple of years that will change the world for decades. When 1.2 billion people revolt against a military that is built primarily for containing them, the results will be beyond what we can imagine. I am now convinced that the jab is a genetic weapon designed to make the jabbers susceptible to EMPs or even high wattage 5G bursts. The blood will cook in the artery and the person will be dead within minutes. With 128 million Americans already jabbed, I think you will get a view of how bad this could be. After a year of the body building non-human metal clots in the body, they can be dropped like a sack of flour wherever and whenever the global syndicate desires. No damage to buildings or houses or anything. 50 million illegals who now make up the vast majority of the purebloods simply walk in and make themselves at home. The Americans that once lived there are cremated and forgotten. My advice to my listeners is to slowly and quietly move cash in small increments out of the bank and into a box at home. I know Virtual Joe wants to switch over to a CBDC, that's a central bank digital currency, because the World Economic Forum is ordering him to do so. But it won't be that easy. There are 40 million adults in this country without a bank account. That cannot be ignored. The shoplifting will more resemble locusts on a wheat field than the larceny we're seeing now. There are a couple of catalysts that may kick this off, and they are being dropped into the water right now. The first is the student loan vote buying program. I have more on this tonight. Before the end of October, Virtual Joe will delete $10,000 from their balances and allow them to stop payments until next year. That will buy thousands of votes in key states. Of course, the taxpayer pays the $10,000 per student loan, which juices inflation like a shot of tequila. The second hit occurs in February, after the Republicans take over all the committees, when all those students get their 1099s from Virtual Joe for their $10,000 in partial loan forgiveness. Yep, partial debt forgiveness is considered real income. And now you have a bunch of furious students, furious taxpayers, and Republicans to take the blame. So the CBDC will become the only way out of the morass for Joe. And that is why I advise people to not only get your cash out of the bank, but also convert 25% or more of it into hard assets. Land, gold, silver, non-perishable food, guns, ammo, and other tradable commodities. I don't want you to sit on your stuff and guard it with a gun. I want you to use the gun as a trade. They will be more valuable than cash when Joe does his thing. That was my answer to him in the mail. You see, I'm not light when I answer. I don't just send you back a form letter. I will answer you. Ask me a question. I love questions. So tonight, YouTube is live, and I probably just crossed the line there, but it's okay because we can turn YouTube off. And right now we have a good amount of people that are listening, and I do adore my 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Believe me, I do. It took me a long, long time to build up to that amount. I had more, but of course they cut me down. Who knows? I'm probably lower than that right now. But the bottom line is, you guys get notified, you come faithfully, and you listen. And I tell you on a regular basis that Google violates our constitutional First Amendment rights here by censoring us. So we don't allow that kind of activity here. I want you here, but I want you to switch over to one of the other free speech platforms right now. Because if you do that, I'm going to be able to keep you for the rest of the program. It's only a 2-hour program tonight. Believe me, it will go very fast. Very fast. So what I want you to do is make the switch right now to one of the other free speech platforms. Go over to Rumble, go over to Rockfin, go to Twitch, go to DLive. It doesn't cost anything. Sign up if you want to. Subscribe to me. If you do that on Twitch, by the way, I get about, $1.80 a month from you, but that's fine. I don't need the money. Don't send me money unless you just really feel inspired to do so. I'm going to put it to good use. I would much rather you go to freedomslips.com, and give them the money. Make it a regular thing. Couple, $2, $3, $5, $10 a month. You won't miss it. But if 100,000 of you do it, we could change the world. Okay? This is a great network, and it's doing great things. Look at the hosts we have on this network. It's absolutely phenomenal. All right, so I'm going to give you a 2-minute warning. You people, I see some people have already moved over. 2-minute warning on YouTube. If you're listening live on YouTube, we're going to turn YouTube off because I'm getting ready to go into a story that is so much truth, they will not be able to handle it. And this is the voice of the revolution. Here we treat, cure, and prevent the disease of ignorance. Okay? So let's do that. Okay, we're going to make the change right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good night, YouTube.